Hi, Rob MacKillop here, and this might be my last video. I'm not saying, don't worry, I'm not ill or anything, but I feel I've recorded as much as I want to record, and embarrassingly somewhat, I've recorded about 300 videos, which is really ridiculous, and enough is enough. I'll still be teaching via Skype if people want lessons, or in my studio at home. I'll still be playing, but not so much online. For this video, I want to round out a little bit more about me by reading some of my poetry. Yes, I write poetry. Not good poetry, but it's my poetry. I take photographs, so photography is a big part of my life. I take photographs nearly every day. And I have a website called imagesrm.com. RM, my initials, imagesrm.com. And I'll share a few images at the end of the video. But I'll start with some poetry. And poetry is hard for me. Writing is hard for me. I find it best when I'm punching out the keys on an old typewriter. I can't write poetry or any kind of writing with a pen or pencil or with a computer keyboard. It just doesn't work for me. I seem to have the physical act of punching the words out. So I'll read some because they're important to me. They might not be important to the rest of the world, but that doesn't matter. Now, a big influence on me when I was young, in my 20s, was James Joyce. I was, utterly in love with his writing, and I went to Ireland to follow in his footsteps and so on. Hitchhiked there and got the boat over, and hitchhiked around Ireland as well. That was quite an experience. So I'm going to sing. I'm not going to sing. I'm going to recite one of the poems. It's called Giacomo Sings. Giacomo is the Italian version of his name. And you can see here from this picture where he's playing guitar. Now, apparently he was an awful guitar player. He was interested in the lute. He tried to buy a lute from Dolmetsch, but I think that would have been way beyond his abilities. But he was a very good singer. He won competitions, All Ireland competition. He could have been a professional singer. So you can imagine him in this photograph singing old songs, old Irish songs, but also maybe Dowland. He loved John Dowland. Who knows what he was trying to play on the guitar and sing at the same time. And I tried to imitate some of his style, and there was my favourite passage of Joyce is when young Stephen Dedalus is walking along the beach at Sandy Cove and contemplating life and even exile from Ireland, and with his trusty ash plant, his walking stick. And so he eventually went to Trieste and of course to Paris as well, eventually other places too. So here comes Giacomo Sings. Sheer soft, lilt song, air-lipped, lay plucked. River runs through stave and clef, through quay and hoath. Easy now, Jamesy. Sea-scored shells crack beneath ash and leather, while salt-pocked waves sound out new shores, and the unwaxed feather, sun-scarred, falls driftwards. Trieste, Ithaca, Dalkey, exile. Yes, the unwaxed feather falling into the sea is a reference to Icarus and his father, Daedalus. New guitar day. Now, I've had a few of them in my life, and lots of people have loaned me instruments, luthiers, and some of my students, and I've bought some too and sold many. But every single time I get a new instrument, I would think of the days when I used to sleep rough in Dundee, my hometown, in the cold with just the screeching of the seagulls, lots of seagulls in Dundee. And their song was a kind of blues, and I would be listening to, hearing my own blues in my head. So whenever I get a new instrument, I play a little bit and remember those times, and how lucky I've been since then. I've moved on. So, new guitar day. The feel of the neck, the ease of the bend. This guitar talks to me. Primed and ready, we have tales to tell of fishermen with washed up bones in salt air drones, of night gulls keening into searching winds. The blues bends and winds through streets curved against thrawn gales, as neon lights keep sleepers awake. New guitar, new song, old soul. Yeah, Dundee has some curved streets around the docks. That was to break up the flow of the wind, the biting winds that would come through. So streets curved against thrawn gales. On to the final poem, if you're still here. On the Edge of Sound. This is about the moments leading into creation of something, and the meaning of it all. On the edge of sound, knotted fingers bleed o'er bent and twisted strings. Angled bows scrape in cross compass motion. Yellowed grasses wave underneath shallowed breath. On the edge of sound, mute dogs fear the earth's low growl. Womb-torn mountains dream of spring's awakening, while lovers mourn through lowered lids. On the edge of sound, tomorrow sings of life's deep sorrow. Yeah, heavy stuff. So, photography, here we go. A few images, and I hope to see you over on the Images RM site sometime. You can leave a message there if you want. That's it. Maybe my last video, might not be, who knows. But I think I've done enough for the moment. Take care. Thanks for all your comments. Some of them were deeply moving. Some of them very funny, and some of them really abusive and equally funny. I had a good laugh at some of the more abusive ones. Not many of them. That's it. Take care.